Hello traders, welcome to the Forex market preview. My name is Joseph and today we're going to be taking a look at the potential trade setups coming up in the Forex market next week. So without further ado, let's get to the charts. I'm going to start with the euro dollar. Now in my last week's video when the market was around here, I looked at these two levels back here as one of the reasons to go long in this market, simply because this was a resistance level which is now going to act as a support since the market has broken through that level. But I also told you guys that before you take any trade in the Forex market, you have to be able to build a case for entry. Keyword build. But I also told you that this market can come a little deeper in order to form an advanced pattern. Like this. And I also gave you a third reason that this market can come deeper just to respect the second rule of the outside return. And by that, I mean staying above the previous outside return, or in this case, the starting point. So everything that I showed you in my last video pointed towards this market making this move. So if you watched my video last week and managed to take advantage of this trade, well done to you. And if you haven't, then you need to pay attention now, because I'm going to tell you what this market is going to do next week. So let's go ahead. I'm going to delete this because I don't need it anymore. And this one as well. Now, for those of you who understand contraction and expansion, you're going to look at this structure right here and see that we have a 1, 2, 3 contraction. Now, if you understand 1, 2, 3 contraction, then you will know that the next step in approaching this market is drawing a line through the middle of this box. But why do we do that? Because every single time that the market forms a 1, 2, 3 contraction in a trending market, when the market breaks out of that 1, 2, 3 contraction, it will retrace back to the middle line of the box. Why? Because when you draw a line through the middle of this 1, 2, 3 structure, you will see that that line touches those structure on multiple occasions. And when the market has tested a particular level on so many different occasions, that level becomes very important. Just like when you're talking about resistance and support. You know, the more times a market has tested a particular resistance structure, the stronger the resistance, and vice versa. So that is the reason that we draw a line through the middle of this box. Because this structure, this market is going to come back, and at some point is going to find support around the middle line of the box. So if this market does come back down next week, then this is the area where you're going to be looking to go long. And in terms of your stop loss, it only needs to go below this previous structure, because now we still are in a trending market, and this is going to be our new starting point since we've broken above this structure. So you need to keep your eyes on this one, guys. The only thing we're doing on the euro dollar is we're looking for an opportunity to go long, and preferably if the market does come back to the middle line of the box, that will present us with a perfect opportunity to go long on this market. So let's move on to the next currency pair. So the next currency pair that I'm going to analyze is the pound against the US dollar. But before I start analyzing this currency pair, I want to show you guys two different structures. Now the reason I'm showing you these two structures is because I'm going to draw something on them right now. So if I can find the tool I'm looking for. Now these two structures look very similar, but why are they behaving in two different ways? If you don't understand that, and you're an active trader who is trading technical analysis, I'm going to advise you to stop trading right now. So I want you to take a hard look at these two structures, because most of the time that I'm doing my analysis, especially on the Forex market preview, we've come across so many structures like this, and I've shown you guys how these structures will behave. Now today we're going to look at another one on the pound US dollar. So I suggest you take a hard look of this and figure out what is the difference between these two structures and why does the market behave differently. So let's look at the pound US dollar and try to analyze it. Now last week when the pound US dollar was somewhere here, I looked at these contraction and I told you guys that these contracting pattern are gonna break in the direction of the trend. So if you were one of those people who watched my video last week and managed to take the trade, well done. So now let's talk about what this market is going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these. Now we have a channel contraction. Again, guys, you find me talking about contraction and expansion. If you guys are not familiar with the contraction and expansion strategy, please go and educate yourself. Or you can take one of my courses. I'm joking. But yeah, seriously, you need to be able to understand what contraction and expansion is, or else you're probably wasting your time trading technical analysis. So we've got a trending market and we got a channel contraction. Trending market, channel contraction, and the market has broken through both the outside return and the starting point. Now what next? How is this market going to behave? So with channel contraction, you would expect the market to come back to the 618 Fibonacci retracement or somewhere along the middle line of the box, which is going to be somewhere there. So if you're trading channel contraction, this is the area where you're going to focus in terms of where you're going to take your trade, between the 618 retracement and somewhere along the middle line of the box. Now normally I would tell you that this is a very good trade setup to keep an eye on, but I'm going to say otherwise. This is a trade you don't want to be involved in. Why? Because if you look at the two diagrams I showed you before I started analyzing this currency pair, you will see why this is not the best trading opportunity. I mean, you can still take it, but the chances of you making a profit on this trade is around 40 to 50%. Because this market is either going to do one of two things from here. Where's the tool I'm looking for again? The path tool. The market is either going to do this, or it's going to do this. The chances of any of these movement happening is equally the same. It's 50-50. Why? Because focus on the diagram that I showed you earlier. Go back, look at the diagram, and understand why I painted this picture I just showed you right now. So for the pound US dollar, next week I would say just wait. Stay out of it, because we don't really have, if you must take a trade on it, like I said, you can still take it, because this is how you trade some of the contraction and expansion, especially the channel contraction. But you're gonna go in with a very low risk, because the outcome of this trade is not as good as you might think. So let's move on to the next currency pair, and this is going to be the final one I'm going to analyze today. It's the dollar against the yen. I'm going to put this on the 4-hour chart so we can get the big picture of what the market has been doing. Now if you look at this chart again, you might want to go back to the diagram I showed you, because like I said, most of my analysis revolved around understanding those diagrams, those pictures. And if you can't do that as a technical trader, you shouldn't be trading. So we look at this market now. So we have a contraction and the market has broken out of it. What's the next move of this market? The market is going to come back down at some point, retest the previous structure, and rallies. Right? So last week I told you to look for a short trade on the dollar yen. Any opportunity you get to short this market, take it, because this market is going to come back down to this previous structure. And if you were lucky enough to join me in my live trading room that I was streaming on YouTube for the whole of last week, then you would have seen the short trade that we've taken on the dollar yen. Why don't you have a look at this? So as we can see, the position I opened on Monday night is approaching the take profit level, and like this is something that, you know, in terms of like making this prediction, guys. I mean, those of you guys who were with me on Tuesday morning when I was doing the live stream during the UK sessions, I've got these in place in terms of what direction I told you the market is going to go in after we saw this contraction during the during Monday night and Tuesday morning. I said, whatever happens based on this extended runner strategy, whatever happens, this market is going to end up very close to the opening price. And now as we watch this market, we're just around 10 pips away from that opening price, and it's Thursday, which is the perfect timing as I aim to be out of these trades. Like I said, by the end of Thursday, I'll be out of this trade. I don't, you know, trade into the into Friday. I don't trade on Fridays. I rarely trade on Fridays, and this is going to give me a very, very wonderful, you know, trade to end the week with. So I'm going to be expecting you guys to join me in my live stream next week, so you can see how I take my trades on a daily basis. And I'm going to be streaming on YouTube every single Monday to Thursday. I'm going to be streaming the UK session, which is usually between 7:30 to 10 o'clock, and the occasional New York sessions as well. So whenever I don't have any courses to teach, I will be streaming the New York session. So it's not going to be every day because I've got a lot of students that I'm teaching. So, but please guys, come join me because we have been having some incredible results. And speaking of results, this week we took 185 pips because we only took we took 2 trades this week in the live trading room, but one of them was a break-even trade, so that's why I didn't put it there. It was on the pound yen, that was a break-even trend. The dollar yen, which you've just seen right now, we took 153 pips on that trade. So 2 extended runner strategy, 1 runner strategy, we took 32 pips on the pound New Zealand dollar, and that brings us a total of around 640 pips for this month. 7 winners, just the single loss. So if this sounds really, really interesting to you, you can head over to my website. And like I said, if you get one of these courses, you're going to get the first session free. Or you can go on the website, drop me an email, and we can have a free 30 minutes consultation where you don't have to pay for anything. And we can talk about, you know, trading. And if you like what you see, then we can move forward. If not, life goes on. Thank you so much guys for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead in the Forex market. And don't forget to tune into my live streaming on YouTube on Monday, 7:30 UK time. I might also stream the US session at 2:30 in the afternoon. And in the meantime, you can follow me on all my social network sites. I'm actually very, very active recently. I've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm constantly posting content on there every day. Some very educative content that you might, you know, find very, very useful. So, okay. All right, then I'll see you next week, guys.